Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just over here checking out the old leaderboard, seeing what's going on. Oh, yeah. Well, anyways. It's me. I'm back. It's Tsukamoto. And we're back in Loot Quest one more time. It's been about a month. Let's see what we can get into. Whoa, look at this grass. Can we lay down in the grass? That stuff looks phenomenal. Wow. Yeah. So there has been some updates, but what else is going on in Loot Quest today? If you're wondering, out there in YouTube land, this fellow here, as you saw earlier, I was looking at the leaderboard, but this fellow here was on there, ShadowMonarch, OP gangsta, man, nestled right here on the leaderboard with 91 levels, traditionally known as Team Jaden YT. That's crazy.
Yeah, I am currently number 59 on the leaderboard. I managed to go from 67 to 59 in the past 3 days.
Good night. That's crazy. As I know everybody else is grinding too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about the grind to get there, man.
It's really, really long, and it took me longer than most other people who are on the leaderboards because I actually did my entire level 70 to 90 grind without 2 times XP. And right once I got to level 90, I decided to buy all the game passes because before I kind of made it a goal of mine that I wanted to get to level 90 before I spent any Robux on this game.
Yeah.
Because level 90 is like the highest peak you really want to strive for in this game. Because how the leveling works in the alpha is really you can go as high as you want, but level 90 is the peak that you want to reach out of anything because there is rewards for levels. And at level 30, you get the Alpha Sword as a reward for playing the Alpha. And then once you start leveling up more and more, it's every 15 levels past 30. So it'd be 30, then 45, then 60, then 75, then 90, then 105. But the thing about level 105 is it is so impossibly hard to get to that nobody is probably going to reach it before beta.
Wow.
Because the speculation for when beta is going to release is roughly within the next month or two, and it would take you almost 5 or 6 months to get to level 105 because you need an accumulative EXP of I think like 2 trillion to be able to get to level 105. And the best macro you can make for this game is I think 8.6 billion experience every single day, 24-hour cycle. And as you can imagine, that's a lot.
That is
right now
crazy.
At level 91, it takes me 13.18 billion to level up. So with 2 times XP, that is about 4 to 5 days of grinding with just farming the Boreas boss. But if I use a macro, I can do it a lot faster. But my main focus right now, rather than farming for experience, has been trying to get some of the really overpowered secrets before beta, because you keep your secrets, and I have been trying for the life of me to get a Titanic Kurakami, which is pretty much the strongest weapon in the game, other than getting a Titanic +1 or higher, which I don't know if you know about the system with the secrets and their fusions, but a secret can get higher than Titanic, and once it's at Titanic, if it gets higher than a Titanic, it's 3 times harder. Like the chance to get it is 3 times more.
Wow.
So for a Titanic is a 1 in 81,000 chance, but for a Titanic +1, I think it's like 1 in 200 some thousand or something like that. I would have to do the math to
Yeah.
remember, but
Oh man, that is incredible.
currently the highest anyone has gotten is +5, which is, I believe, 1 in 19 million chance to get. So
Now, how'd you find
that's
out about that? Like YouTube or something, or you know somebody or something like that?
in the Loot Quest Discord, they have a special channel that is linked to the drops for Titanics and such for secrets. So it shows every single secret that is ever dropped, and every so often when a Titanic is dropped, it'll be a big message in there, and it also shows in the global chat whenever someone drops a Titanic or higher. It used to be it would show every single secret that drops for Magnificent and higher, I believe. That was a little while back, like a month and a half ago, when that changed to now it's only Titanics and higher that show. But I have been spending the past month and a half trying to get a Titanic of every single secret in the game, and so far I have not gotten a single one.
Goodness, that's that's that doesn't offer a lot of hope to a lot of us. It's a luck game. I think I'm looking at my
Yes.
thing. Is I got an Inferno, a Soul Piercer, and the Cursed Blade of Osiris, and a Peppermint Blade and a Candy Cane too. Hey, that speaking of that, do you keep the Christmas stuff? Is that included in what's
Yes,
kept?
yes,
Okay,
you do.
that's cool. That's the only reason
Any sword that has a special little tag underneath of the actual name. Like, there are special swords, event swords, and secret swords, and all those types of swords will be kept. Like, this sword, for instance, right here, is a special sword that you receive from one of the developers. His name, or one of the owners, rather, his name in-game is Dog Warrior 24, and if you ever see him in game, all you have to do is ask him if he can give you the stick. And this sword is more of a gag than anything, because it is a one-time use that deals 999 trillion damage.
Oh goodness. Isn't that something? Now that's I've never seen that. I never heard that. That's so cool.
Yes, but the best part about it is after it breaks, it becomes a broken stick, and the broken stick only does 1 damage unless you work on leveling it up.
Oh me. So that's pretty cool. A stick, man. Are there any other I'm sure there's got to be other cool swords that you've gotten along your journey.
I have another extremely rare sword that was from a special Discord exclusive event, and it was the it was sometime in November, I believe, when the event was held, and it was a last to leave team oriented type of
Mm.
event, and it was kind of a mess, to be honest, because it was their very first event, and it lasted, I believe, like 13 hours, and there were 3 teams, and at first they were saying that it was going to be the top 25 of whatever team wins gets this sword, and then they ended up changing the rules after it went on for 13 hours, and everyone was getting really tired and really annoyed with how it was going on, and they ended up deciding that the top 25 of every single team, so 75 players, would be able to receive this sword that I have right here, which
Oh.
I sadly wasn't able to get the sword for being a finalist because my internet crashed while the
Oh.
event was going on, and I got disqualified for that. So there is the other sword that is called the Sleepy Masamune. This one is called just Masamune, but
Okay.
um, this sword and the Sleepy Masamune are the only 2 swords in the game that have more than 25 levels. This one
Oh.
has 50 levels, 12 hours to get it to max level, and then for the Sleepy Masamune, uh, I'm not sure the exact time, but it was like 5 days to get it to level 100 or something like that.
Whoa.
And this technically was the best sword before the Kurakami came out. At max level, this sword does 10 million damage. And then for the Sleepy Masamune at max level, it would do 29 million damage, close to 30
Mm.
million. But the best part about the Sleepy Masamune is it has a super unique aura to it, which it has 3 streams of purple lightning that are really, really big on the sword, and it looks absolutely amazing, and I am quite sad that I wasn't able to get it. I am glad that I got this at the very least.
Yeah, that's super awesome. That looks like a traditional sword. That looks like what you think of when you think of a sword. You know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome, man. Or at least what I think about when I think about any kind of Japanese or ninja type sword. That's it with the hand wrap. And what are we thinking is gonna people are gonna need with these swords that do so much damage? I mean, with that much damage, it seems like we can expect some pretty big bosses coming up in the beta. I don't know.
Yes, okay. So for me, my speculation is the next area is going to like if you know the weakest secret you can get from an area is able to still work for the next area.
Hmm.
Like let's say the normal Inferno at max level is able to do 999,000 damage, whereas the Ice Warriors in the Permafrost area have 750,000 HP.
Hmm.
The Inferno without being maxed out, max level, it does 454,000 damage. So it's able to still one-shot the very first enemy in the permafrost area. So for me, my speculation is the very first enemy in the next area after permafrost is most likely going to have anywhere from 2.5 million to 4 million HP starting off. And then the next enemy will probably be anywhere from 10 to 15 million HP. And then the boss will probably be, I'd say, most likely in the 40s to 50 million range. And for some of the stronger swords that you're able to get, like Kurakami, for instance, my godly Kurakami does 119 million damage. But the Titanic +5 Kurakami, the highest that anyone has ever gotten, does like 7.3 billion damage.
That is ridiculous.
It really is insane. And I am very excited for the beta. Currently, there is no release date for the beta, but some people are speculating that it's going to be sometime in March. But the developers say that whenever they feel like it's ready, then they will give a definite release date. So until they do that, we are unsure of when the update will release with beta. But some of the things that we are sure will be released in beta is there will be pets. There is a possibility for trading to be added sometime during the beta. And then some people say that there's probably going to be like 7 areas. I'm pretty sure that I saw somewhere that Dog Warrior said that.
So 7 total areas or 7 new areas?
7 new areas.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That's great. I guess are you a pre-alpha player?
I joined the game about 1 week after pre-alpha ended, actually.
I got you.
So sadly, I am not pre-alpha, but another thing that a lot of people are speculating for the possible reward for being level 90 is an alpha hero title, because at level 90 you get the title hero.
Okay.
So it would make sense that you would become an alpha hero, which, if that is the case, I am 100% down for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I got a lot more catching up to do, man. That's for sure. March, I don't have any hopes here. I play too many games to be good at this one, but it's so awesome to catch up with somebody who's dedicated a fair amount of time, to say the least, to be excellent and to be really a living legend on one of these games. So, man, I appreciate your time hanging out with me today, catching me up on all the facts and all the speculations, because everybody needs to kind of get wind of some of this stuff to keep the excitement going, because the reality is alpha's been out a long time, and it's easy to be not ShadowMonarch. That means it's easy to kind of fall off the bandwagon and burn out, but man, to stay in the fight like you have, and it's really excellent. So I really appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, pleasure is all mine.
All right, guys, you got some special information today from Team Jaden YT, also known as ShadowMonarch. We'll see y'all next time for part 2. Stay tuned. Peace.